All right, what is good, everybody? Welcome to the Spiritual War Room. All right, guys, in this reading, I am going to look into, I think I'm going to do a series of videos where I will take a look into the presidential candidates on both the Republican and the Democratic side. All right, guys, so we're going to look into their views on people who are different from them, whether it's class, gender, religion, ethnicity, race, that sort of thing. All right. Yeah, I heard sexual orientation. Let me write that down. Okay. So sexual orientation and how their presidency might impact American citizens, whether it's healthcare, housing and homelessness, jobs in the economy, war, and the conflicts with Russia and China. We're also going to look at their views on immigration and how they can how their policies might impact that, whether they're, and it's not whether they're for or against immigrants, it's really like, do they even have any policies that are worth that would work, and it's not really about dealing with immigrants because they're fleeing their countries for one reason. So what policies could they maybe build on when dealing with countries where they're the populations are fleeing from these countries? So we're going to kind of look into that, because to me that's important. I'm not against allowing immigrants in, but again, it's just taking in immigrants isn't going to solve the problem. So we got to solve the problem at the root, and how the United States and its leaders can help these countries tackle those issues. Okay. Again, we're also going to look into a little bit of their environmental viewpoints and their views on free speech and censorship. Maybe I also want to look into how they feel about the Supreme Court. I want to know how they feel the Supreme Court is doing. If they're doing their job, if they're, whatever I want to see. Okay, so again, guys, I'm not too familiar with any of these candidates or their policies. I'm not too familiar with that stuff. I like to go in this cold and just see what the cards say, okay? So, yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing in these videos. I probably will create a playlist for I don't know if it'll be under the 2024 presidential election or just Republican candidates or Democratic candidates, okay? So the Republicans have quite a long list of people who have thrown their hat into the race. So, but I don't know. We'll see how this goes. We're going to start with Trump, okay? We're going to do the two top from each party, and we're going to look into Trump and Biden first, okay? I am going to look into the other candidates because I think Mike Pence is running too. DeSantis, Haley, Pence, Ramaswamy, Christie, Suarez. Yeah. So we're going to look into some of these other ones. On the Democratic side, there's only three. Biden, Marianne Williamson, and RFK. So Robert Kennedy Jr. is running too. Okay, on the Democratic ticket. Okay, but we're gonna start with Trump. Let me timestamp this at 5 minutes. Okay, we're going to start with Trump, and we're going to start by getting a message for the voters. This is the message to the voters about your candidate, if you're interested in Trump. We have Queen of Gabriel, passionate, charming, brilliant, independent. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want. The ability to attract helpful people. Okay. I don't know why I'm getting, maybe, Trump always makes these big grand promises, right? I'm getting like these are messages about your candidate. You can do anything right now. I'm almost getting like you might put your you put too much of your future in the hands of politicians. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you have the capability to do what it is that you take a chance. You have the capability to do anything right now. Okay, so this is the message. Yeah, when it comes to building something, you want to be able to create something and feel free about it, without the restrictions. Maybe, I don't know, like the restrictions. So these could be small businesses losing money on all these restrictions. He loosens this. Okay. Okay. I'm starting to sympathize. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm starting to like understand a little bit more why the Republicans really do not like the Democrats. Like, they do. I heard chokehold. They could have a chokehold on small businesses, the middle class, with a lot of small businesses. The Democrats say they're for, the minority communities, the LGBTQ community, the, Black and brown communities, the poor communities. They claim to care so much, small businesses, but it's like everything they do, all the policies that they endorse or they push go against these communities. And so there's like, I get why the small businesses, like, they don't. This is about like wanting Trump in office because he lessens the I keep hearing red tape. Like he allows you guys to the freedom, and then you have the Democrats, like the bully machine, like, oh, you're against the environment, you're against the safety of our children. Like, it's like, no, we're not, but there has to be responsible, it's, yeah, the government has too much of a stranglehold. Like, you're gonna do what I say. So yeah, this is why you guys like Trump. Okay, like, all these restrictions really are taking a toll on you financially. Yeah, it's like we need a change, like, fast. Oh my God, yeah, like, yeah. There could be a lot of people having to there's a lot of people losing their business, losing their homes, like, because of the financial toll that all these restrictions require. It's like, can I just please do my work without you meddling too much in my affairs? Okay. It makes it hard to make partnerships. Like, these are, yeah. You can't, it's like all these obstacles that you have to overcome. It just, Okay, so this is about Trump, okay? You don't need to, so the message to you is, maybe that's why you guys really, really support Trump. If you're a small business and you noticed that when he was in office that he helped your business flourish because he lessened any kind of, regulations, against something. I'm not saying that all regulations are bad, they're in place for a reason, but sometimes they do go too far, and it does. Yeah, I get that. So that's probably why you support him, but this is telling you that you have the ability to attract the people and the support that you need, okay? Don't put all your, don't put all your faith in a candidate, okay? Because the candidate is really, they're just the mouthpiece, okay? They're very limited in the power that they really hold, okay? So you're voting for the nicest mouthpiece, but will he do these things? He might fight a little bit more for that, okay? I don't know. Again, I'm not a huge Trump fan, I was a Bernie bro for a long time, I was really disappointed when they robbed him of the nomination, and he backed Hillary. That's when I kind of like, my heart sunk, and I was like, no, man, I can't, like, somebody that I support has to have a backbone, and the Democratic machine, man, that it's a powerful machine, but they have been overtaken, and if you speak up against that machine, they're going to attack you in every which way. And these are the people that claim to love the poor and the blacks and browns, and they love they love the LGBTQ. No, they only support you so they can have you like in their pocket for for the mob. You're the mob, and they have to like pander to you so that way you will obey when they say attack. Okay, you have to be mindful. The Democratic Party has really been brainwashing you. That's why most of Hollywood are like left leaning. They're part of that machine. The whole point is to control the masses, and Trump kind of like shakes that up a little bit, and that's why people like him, I get that. I get that. Okay, so all right, let's get into his views on people who are different from him, people of a different class. Let's see what his views are. We're just gonna see if we can run through these. Again, I don't want to. Okay, different class. Okay, Ace of Pentacles. What the fuck? What is this, guys? What? Ace of Pentacles, Six of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. This is... I was a little confused because, you know, how does he feel of people from a different class? It's like, okay, hold on. Yeah. You know what? Okay. People who come from the struggle to get on top, he actually, okay guys, remember, I'm not a Trump fan, but I don't know, like, this, I'm reading the cards, okay? It's saying that it's almost like he respects that about people who have done the work, who have come from the struggle, who have had to put in the hard work to get on top. There's a lot that goes into that. Like, he has a lot of respect for someone who like can pull themselves up, because for him, he came into his wealth because of a tragedy, some kind of ending, some kind of death. So this could have been like the money his father left him. I don't know. Like, it's almost like he feels like, I don't know, he just has a lot of respect for that. Like, okay. The truth about Trump and how he sees people of a different class, like, he has a lot of respect for the people who come from the dirt and bring themselves up in some way. Like, he has a lot of respect for that energy. Okay, so what he respects is not so much your class, but like the work that you really put in to get there, like real hard work. Again, these three wanted to come out again. He could be worried about his own finances at the moment. Okay, it's raining. He could, okay. Alright, anything about the Tower, Ten of Swords? Yeah, like, he feels like he got where he is, like, whether it's at the top by, like, disqualification, like, his, you know, I don't know, he feels, I want to say he feels like a fraud as far as his success. I think it's just because he, you know, he feels like, I don't know, this could be just different types of things that people have to deal with in their own lives. You know, people who are poor have to struggle with coming up. People who had everything given to them feel like a fraud, and they feel like they have to make their mark because they get out of the shadow of so and so. You know, it's every class has their battles, their own battles. You know, so that's just something Trump is, you know, but he does have a lot of respect for people who have managed to get out of the mud, out of the dirt, and build themselves up in some way. He does have a lot of respect for that type of energy. Okay, so what are his views on, okay, I was gonna say his views on the opposite gender, so it's like So women give him a headache. He's like, God damn it, women. Damn women. Yeah, marriages, like, the marriages have always been a problem. Like, it's like the marriage, the whole family life, you know. Trump is somebody who would rather be single. He would rather be single and mess around, you know. You know, he feels like family, women, you know, really tie him down, and he doesn't like that. He doesn't like that. He doesn't like that, yeah. Like, women just, yeah. Maybe. Hold on, what is this? Okay. Well, his own personal life, you know, I think women to him are headaches. They're a nuisance. But that would be because right now he's probably going through some shit with his wife, you know. Okay, so let's see what his views on people who have different religious views than him. Okay, what are his views of people who have different religious views than him? Hold on. Okay. So the King of Cups is somebody who's very tolerant, okay? They can be very tolerant of people who have different religious views than them. But, like, he doesn't understand it. He like, when it comes to religion or spirituality, like, he doesn't get it. He can't see. He just doesn't get it. He runs away from this stuff. Like, I don't know. It's like the devil doesn't allow you to see. I'm getting this image, like, look at how the birds are just constantly in his mind. The birds get in this person's head, and like, these birds have strings that they're pulling on her hair, almost like strings, like a puppet. The way the devil is holding this person on a puppet. The devil has this person on a puppet. Again, remember I said, you might like Trump because he does, you know, when he was in office, you saw changes, but, you know, they're only going to give, he's only going to give changes that, I don't know, I just benefit a certain group. We're talking about his views on religion. It's like, he could be very tolerant, but the devils that control him, the powers that control him, again, even if he does win the presidency, he's still very limited in what he can do. Like, he's just the mouthpiece. Okay? It's just that Trump was too unpredictable with, you know, with what he spoke, so he wasn't a very good mouthpiece. So he did so much, you know, so many shenanigans that they had to they had to give something had to give, and I don't know, maybe that's where they compromised. Okay, so don't think just because he did some good that he's going to still be able to. If anything, he's going to be more restricted, I feel. Okay, so when it comes to religion, you know, he could be very tolerant, but if they don't want him to be, the devil's gonna pull those strings and he'll go after Muslims. So yeah, behind the scenes he could be very tolerant, but the devil, man, the devil's the one who's in control of this situation. Okay, so when it comes to religion, you know, he will attack if the devil pulls the strings and says attack. You know, I doubt it's going to be he's going to attack Christianity, but he could. It's more like the ethnicity, the race, the something like that they're going to play on. Okay, so it's not going to be. Well, let's look into that. Okay. What are his views on people of different race and ethnicity? What are his views on people who are of a different race or ethnicity? What are his views on people of a different race? Eight of Cups talks about walking away. Walking away. And taking a chance to grow. To plant some kind of This talks about partnership, like some kind of like give and take. Like he, yeah, like, I don't know, man. Ethnicity or race. Like he wants to be the one on top. It's like he doesn't care about people coming up. He respects people who bring themselves up, but he does not like the competition. He does not like anyone to be considered greater, better, smarter, faster, you know, more handsome than him. Okay? And it's especially if it's someone of a different race. Yeah, he does not. He'll walk away from taking a chance on making things better, on having victory, because he's still stubborn and stuck in his old ways of thinking. It's like we want to help the down and the poor, and all these poor minority groups who can't come up. It's like he's all for it, but if anyone comes up who he sees as better than him, watch out. Like he'll you cannot pass him. You can't pass him up. Like he will do whatever it takes to hold you down. And worse if you're a woman of color. Because he does not know. He's still very stubborn. Yeah, he's very stubborn, stuck in his ways of thinking. Yeah. Well, So as far as race and ethnicity, he's pretty stuck in his ways. Okay. Sexual orientation. How does he feel about people of the LGBTQ community? How does he feel towards them? How does he feel towards them? Okay, he's very much so that between man and woman, like, this is something he really does believe. Hold on. What's the devil? What's the devil? What's the devil about? Oh yeah, he thinks. Yeah. Oh, what the hell? Okay, guys, I was getting a couple things. I was getting that he thinks that gay relations or, are wicked and from the devil. That's what I was getting. But then I was getting another message that, like, Spirit's like, yeah, you want to say that's wicked and evil, but what you were doing, paying for children was not, for young girls, was not wicked and evil. Like, I heard you had a family. These children, they had families. So it's like, get off your high horse. Wow. Stop thinking in your head that you're, this is, he wants to be on this high horse, like, yeah, marriage should be between a man and a woman. So he doesn't support, like, maybe he says he does. He doesn't support the LGBTQ community like he said he does. Or if he does, in his mind, I heard an abomination. That could be Pence coming through, though. He could be saying that's an abomination. But what he was doing behind the scenes to these young girls with Epstein was not. That's not an abomination. See, women, these damn women. Oh, hell no. Hell no. You could be saying that women are the devil because, what? Oh no, that's, oh my god, this is funny. This is funny right now. Nah, man. The devil is the one who's got you. This Queen of Cups throwing her hands up like, I didn't do nothing. You're like, I got a headache, because this crow is in your ear, because the devil sends them there. You're trying to run away from that fucking bird that's in your ear. That's the devil, man. I'm just telling you, this Queen of Cups is the one throwing up her hands saying, it's not me, man. It's the devil that's chasing you. Anywhere you go, the devil will be there. So, I don't know. I got lost on that. Okay. So that's how he views people of, you know, who have a different sexual orientation than he does. Okay. Let's look into how will Trump's presidency impact the American people. Let's start with healthcare. How will he improve or let's look at the health meanings real quick. Hold on. I'm going to push pause real quick and go look for my book. I will be right back, guys. All right, guys. So as far as healthcare, when it comes to how will Trump's presidency impact healthcare in America, this is what came out. The Moon, the Six of Cups, the Four of Cups, Three of Cups, and Seven of Swords. I wanted to look at this as a health reading rather than how will his presidency impact healthcare. Now the Moon talks about psychological issues that affect people's health. So we're talking about the overall health of Americans. There could be a lot of psychological issues that come up, okay, with his presidency. The Six of Cups talks about like a health issue that stems from something from the past. So again, our presidents can be a cure or a virus. And lately, like, I can't remember the last president that, since I've been alive, that has been a cure. Honestly, they've all been a virus. So it's like, you elect Trump to become president because of Biden and all the crap Biden did wrong, right? But by choosing and electing Trump, it's something from the past that has not been really looked into. Like, the issue hasn't been identified and treated. There's just band-aids, and Trump is just that, a band-aid. So you think you're gonna get something new, so and it's something from the past is still there, lingering, bringing up problems. Okay. Four of Cups, a lack of feeling hopeful, like the future is bleak and there's nothing to look forward to. Everything, the whole world's going to hell and what are we gonna do? There's a need for you to seek a second opinion. You need to see things from a different point of view, because his presidency will create a lot of psychological and mental health issues in the United States, really. Okay. Seven of Swords. This is self-deception. This is like we're doing something terribly wrong, and there's, you know, you're doing something terribly wrong, but you're lying to yourself about that. You're like, yeah, it's not really that big a deal. We'll just let it, you know, just let it keep going. Just put a Band-Aid over it, put a Band-Aid over it. It's not getting to the root issue. This goes way back, okay? This man and his dog, they're grown already, but this issue goes way back from when they were a child. They were young. This whole issue, they haven't found the source, and they haven't attacked that root cause. They just keep putting Band-Aids over it, and people keep lying to themselves about, hey, it's not a big deal. Okay, so psychological health will go on the decline, will go downhill if Trump is elected president. Okay? All right. So, will he improve healthcare? Will he improve healthcare? I don't think so. I don't think so. Man, this could be really need nurturing. There's no nurturing. Even though that's where it would be a good investment, would be in nurturing people's mental health. Not just nurture them. I'm not saying like baby them, but really, you know, address the issues that cause those mental health crisis moments for these people. It would be a good investment, but he would not invest in the welfare, the well-being, or the mental health of Americans. Okay. Housing and homelessness. I mean, he's a real estate raising nut. So let's see what he has planned for housing and homelessness. What does he plan to do? How will his presidency impact housing and homelessness? Page of Swords. This is something he's knowledgeable about. He should be. You know, this is something that he's done. He's been around since he was a child. His parents, his father was. This is very competitive. What does he plan to do? No. He doesn't plan to do anything. Yeah. Even in an area that he is supposed to be smart in. Didn't I say he felt like a fraud? Maybe he doesn't know how to do this. But this is an area that he should have been wise in. You know, it's very competitive, yet, you know, this is something that he grew up with, knowing this information. Okay, housing, jobs, housing and homelessness. Like, if he was smart, like, I just imagine that, like, he would be able to transform certain projects into turn certain things into, you know, flip certain properties into turn them into housing. I don't know why if he really cared, like, he could do this. This is something, but he doesn't care. He's like, meh. Yeah, he really doesn't. He doesn't have any intentions on. He's like, my hands are tied. I can't. But really, he just. There are solutions. You have to be willing to want to fix the problem, and I don't think they really care to. I don't know. It's like, yeah. The government's like, yeah, right. Yeah, right. He's like, yeah, right. How is that my fucking problem? Housing, homelessness, he ain't gonna do shit about that. Oh, I'm sorry. You're living on the streets? My bad. That sucks for you. I have gold toilets, man. It sucks for you that you don't have shit. That ain't my problem. This is the government. This is the position of authority. Look who's controlling it. They ain't planning on doing anything for the homeless. They ain't planning to do anything for when it comes to housing. It's a damn shame. That's why he respects people who can come out of having nothing. They're like, oh damn, how'd you get out? This whole system's set up so you can't get out. So he can respect somebody who does get out. He's like, that's when Trump finally respects you, is if you can overcome all the obstacles, all the bullshit that he and his party and his friends have put in place to keep you down. Yeah, like, if you can block out all the attacks, all the blockages, he can respect that. Let's look at jobs and the economy. Like, let's look at job creation, okay? He doesn't know. He doesn't know how to create jobs. In a new way. The Emperor, the Tower. Yeah, this man is blocked. I don't know how to create new opportunities that will give people victory. I don't know how to do that. He doesn't know how to create jobs. He doesn't know where the energy should be focused to create these jobs. And not just to create jobs, but these jobs are going towards things that would benefit, citizens. But he just doesn't know how. He wants to be able to create jobs to boost the economy. He just doesn't know how. Yeah, he's clueless as how to move forward. So damn. Okay. Yeah, he needs some guidance. He really doesn't have any idea of how he's going to boost the economy. He has no idea how he's going to create jobs. He doesn't know what kind of jobs to create. Where the energy should be focused. So yeah, when it comes to the jobs or the economy, he has no idea what to do. Okay, let's look at the war and conflict with Russia. The love affair. Putin. Oh. What is this? Lovers. Yeah, they wanted to build something, but there was a lot of confusion. Like, I don't know. It's like, oh yeah, you wanna make peace with Russia? You Putin lover? This partnership had people up in arms. Why though? Because they wanted to continue this fight. This was the 501s. Yeah, they wanted to. Oh my God. because oh my God, they knew that they could be they knew he could be successful at calming tensions between them and Russia. Yeah, he might be kind of he's kind of crazy, but he madmen, they understand each other. Okay, yeah, they know how to talk to one another, man. Because they're after the same thing. They want money, right? They want money. How can we, they bond over common goal, and that's money. They bond over a common goal. Oh, man. You better be careful, though. Be careful. Hold on. Yeah. Be careful how you move, because, you know, you in secret you might have a common goal, but you know you got to be careful who you trying to move up against. Okay, no matter how much money. Oh, there's sometimes what comes back to you is worse in many ways. So yeah, they didn't like this, man, because they knew that Trump could possibly have success, that they would move away from conflicts to slow it down. Oh, but that would slow down the money. That would slow the money down. So this love affair had to be, you know, the lovers, this love affair, they had to make it seem like they were, that Trump was a Putin lover. He loves those commie bastards. Oh my God. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's what they said. Okay, so I heard Cold War. They want Cold War. Careful now. Careful now. Even your thoughts throw out energy. So even if you're thinking about that, whoever this is, whoever's thinking of this, you got to be careful, because I return that shit to sender. Whatever you send out to me goes back to you times 3. Be careful what you send out. Be careful. Somebody didn't like that I'm saying this about their lies, saying that Trump was some Putin puppet. He's bought and paid for. He's controlled by the Russians. Oh my God. He's a Russian spy. Oh my God. No, he was actually wanting to bring some kind of conflict resolution. Calm the tensions between the United States and Russia. But the truth is, they don't want that tension to calm, because, you know, it pumps money into the war machine. You know, a lot of your tax dollars goes to that, to pump, you know, to pay for that war. Wars that we don't even have no business in. It's just, you know, the United States wants to strong arm Russia with NATO, so they have Russia surrounded, you know. So the moment that Russia puffs up and shoots back, don't get me wrong, Russia got some problems. You know, but we're not making the situation better by antagonizing Russia. You know what I mean? We don't got no business over there, man. We already have the largest military in the world. You put some of that money towards, you know, your people. That might be nice, okay? All right. So as far as war and conflict with Russia and China, I mean, he wants to make peace with Russia, you know, continue their love affair. Let's look at that immigration problem. How would Trump handle the immigration problem besides build that wall? I don't know. He doesn't know. He's confused too, man. He doesn't know. Oh, there's too many people. too many people coming from, oh, there's like 7 different countries. All these people from these 7 different countries are not allowed in. Go home. Yeah, he doesn't know, man. He does not know. He thinks he wants to act like he's so smart. I have all the answers. I have all the answers. He doesn't. This motherfucker doesn't. Oh, he's gonna play the role though. I have all the answers. It's like, all right, what are the answers? I don't know. Look at how successful I am. I have all the answers. It's like, all right, well, tell us. We're still not getting the answers. You know, what is the answer then? Look at me and how successful I am. Fucking Trump. Fucking Trump. Damn. That shit is funny. Yeah, look at me. I have all the answers. Fucking Trump. Okay, so immigration problem. Like, he doesn't. He just spits rhetoric, like all this like hateful rhetoric, and yeah, call judgment on them. They're gonna go to prison. Yeah, that's his answer. Like, lock them up, lock them up. It's like, no, that's not the answer, fool. How could he help these countries? What could Trump do to help the people who are moving away? What would he do to help them want to stay in their home and not want to move away? And that would require them to be able to be financially stable. You know, financially stable also requires there not to be conflict, that there be peace in their home. But that's something that they've never known. So if he's like, I don't know what to do. Find ways to offer these places peace. These governments, all these people are like, oh, well, we don't know what so-and-so. I'm like, come on. Cut through all the bullshit, man. You know exactly what needs to happen. And we're not against wars if they're necessary. But it's like the people that are calling all the wars are the ones that need to have war called on them, because they're the ones manipulating and causing all this chaos and instability in not only their home country but in countries around the world. It's like the one that has the key to launch the nukes are the ones that we need to protect ourselves from. So how can the United States help other countries? Is by bringing stability and not war, not conflict, not sanctions. You're punishing the people. Diplomacy. But that's what the United States doesn't want, because it takes money out of the war machine. That's a problem. Let's look at his views on the environment. Trump and his views on the environment. I don't know why I got this magician as like with the water and things going in. It's like he doesn't care about... Yeah. This is one thing that we need to watch out for when it comes to Trump is when it comes to regulations. He is not to touch anything that has to do with the safety of drinking water. He should keep his tiny grubby little hands off of that. Yeah. He's good. No. Don't touch Trump. Stay away from any water regulations. You need to stay away from that. Okay? Protect the water. Protect the water. Protect the water. Protect the water. Yep. It's all about water. The devil will try to poison the water for money. Yep. Okay. Protect Mother Earth, protect the water. Yeah. When it comes to Trump, when it comes to environmental regulations, he is not to touch it. Okay. Free speech. How are his views on free speech? His views on free speech. The Hangman. The government doesn't allow you to speak. Balance is being restored when it comes to communication, free speech. Okay, so maybe he's for free. Yeah, he is. I mean, come on, it's Trump. So yeah, when it comes to free speech, yeah. Any kind of restrictions, I heard cancel culture, I think he wants to do away with, which is, you know, I do believe sometimes people should be canceled, but not for the reasons that they do get canceled. Yeah, I think people are too free with it. And it has, you know, it has a lot to do with people's feelings getting hurt. It's like, man, if you're really that much of a crybaby, man, if you can't laugh at yourself, if you're going to be in, you know, if you're going to be who you are, like, and this is something that I had to learn about myself, you know, if you're going to be who you are, I'm a tarot reader, you know, it's crazy, esoteric bullshit, you know, demons, or, you know, whatever people want to call me, crazy, kooky, whatever. And that being that I don't have the best grammar, I don't speak well. my speak is no good. So I don't speak that well, you know, I don't use proper grammar. So, you know, there's a lot of problems with me. But I had to learn how to laugh at myself and understand that's just part of who I am, man. And, you know, I had to learn how to accept that people are going to talk shit and people are going to, like, you know, they're not going to understand everything about me, and that's okay. I don't have to get defensive. I don't have to get angry, and understand that some people are just ignorant. Some people just don't know, you know? So if you are of a particular group that you feel like, and, you know, there's a difference between, you know, people who are hateful and people who are just, like, you know, trying to be funny and ignorant, you know. You can't just attack every person. But you know what, let's just be real, like, Black Lives Matter and the LGBTQ communities are very, you know, left leaning, so they're part of that democratic bully machine. So if you go against one of ours, we are going to send our troops after you, and you cannot allow the Democrats and the left-leaning groups to control your mind like that, guys. Okay, so you know, this is why they attack Trump, because, you know, he says, don't get me wrong, Trump says a lot of stupid bullshit, you know, a lot of stupid shit comes out of his mouth, but that doesn't mean that people have the right to silence him, because, you know, even a broken clock is right twice a day, you know, and twice in 24 hours, you know. So even though he spews a lot of nonsense, he speaks a lot of truth. You just have to use your own discernment to decipher through everything that he says, what is true and what is not. You have to use your own mind, okay? And people who speak their minds are the ones who are getting censored and told to shut the fuck up. Trump is one of them, okay? So he's like, I don't like that. So I think he would probably try to bring more balance when it comes to free speech and and censorship. He's going to bring more balance there. People want to, you know, make him seem like he's crazy because he's like you know, because he says a lot of crazy shit, right? So how he says like MSNBC and CNN is fake news. I mean, it's true. MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, all the mainstream media, New York Times, you know, all the mainstream media, they do a lot. They do, sometimes they do great reporting, sometimes they do bullshit reporting, sometimes they do half truths and half lies, you know. They sprinkle in truths with lies to confuse people. So when Trump is saying that they're fake news, that they're liars, and he's not completely lying, but you know, Trump is just, he picks and chooses what he wants to be angry about, okay? Because they'll lie about the, you know, certain people on the left too, you know. So yeah, it goes both ways. Trump is just, he picks and chooses when he wants to call it a witch hunt, which sometimes, you know, but why people go after him. But yeah, I think when it comes to free speech and censorship, he's more on the free side of this, okay? He is. All right. So, how does Trump's experiences in the past shape his political views in a positive way? How does his past shape him in a positive way? King of Gabriel, generous, inspirational, dramatic, and driven. Keep your eyes on the big picture. Leave the details to others. Experience that leads to success. Genuine concern for others. So this is going back to, again, remember I was saying that he does respect somebody who can bring themselves out of the mud. Somebody who could see the big picture. He respects that. Experiences that lead to success. He really concerns himself with people like that he sees as really trying to bring themselves up. Yeah, he gives more support to people who he sees as really trying to bring themselves up. It's your lucky day, new resources of money, time, or support, a change in job or promotion. So yeah, he really does want to like invest in people that he sees as really driven. Maybe he really respects that. So in from the past, maybe that's how he saw his father. Or maybe he saw people really trying to come up from nothing. I don't know their whole stories. So, but he really has come to respect that, and he's very giving and generous to people who find themselves in a situation of pulling themselves up out of difficult situations. So let's see, how did his past shape his political position in a negative way. We have the Ace of Gabriel. I'm not taking all of these. A gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration. A chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. Maybe he feels like, the release of the past. There is a more enriching future coming. Maybe he went down a road that he didn't really want to. There's something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you. So maybe he got caught up in doing what he believed he was supposed to do. Like, you know, his father was in real estate, so he had to be bigger and better than his father. Like, always living in the shadow of someone who he saw as great. And he's like, oh, man, I have to live up to this. But at the same time, I don't even really want to do this. I want to do something completely different. This talks about following his passions. Like, maybe he, if he's angry and bitter and just like, you know, some type of way towards someone, it could have a lot to do with the fact that he never really followed his own passion, and he only did what he thought he could do that would gain him the respect. And again, he had, like, I feel like, you know, I'm hearing I had big shoes to fill. So he could have had a big name to have to live up to. And he just felt like, again, I'm feeling like he feels like he's a fraud. All right, so let's look at, how does he feel about the Supreme Court? How does Trump feel the Supreme Court is doing? We have the Four of Ariel. When you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change, extremes in how you save or spend money. I was resistant to change. Resistant to change in what regards? They're either very extreme in how they rule. Resistant to change. What's the Hangman? They don't know how to get a different perspective. Yeah, they don't want to accept knowledge or information. It requires action change, and they're resistant to that change. And it could be in regards to messages. So this is like somebody going in front of the Supreme Court and, you know, making some kind of argument, but because it goes against everything that they believe should be done, they're like, nah. This is them needing to get a different perspective, a different point of view. So how does Trump feel they're doing? He feels like they're just old school. They're not, but he is too, you know? They're resisting change. Is that good or bad for him? I don't know. I think he knows that it's gonna, it's like this is a losing battle for them. They need to get with the program, or, you know, I don't know. This is a losing battle. Like, this is a losing battle for them because they're unwilling to change. That's how Trump sees them. I don't think he's not happy with how difficult and stubborn they're being. So I don't think he thinks they're doing a very good job. But I don't know. We'll see. That's what I have for Trump, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. So I am going to go look into the other candidates when it comes to the Republican side, the candidates on the Republican side. But I'm going to go back and forth. The Democrats only have 3, so yeah, we're going to look into most of them. Probably not all of them. I don't know yet. But yeah, I will put them in a playlist, so be sure to check out those other videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.